We're going to program a part, and we're going to do this connecting rod. We're going to do it two ways. One the easy way and one the more logical way. So you can see this has already got a base built into it, which is fortunate, but it's not always the case. So we'll deal with the base first, and then we'll deal with just the part by itself, which would be the normal way of doing it. So let's set our Z, and we'll leave that where it is. And then you probably want to do some inquiring. So that's -3.6, and that's about 2 inches. So now I know the overall size of my block that I need to machine with. So let's select clear off, and it says you want to chain. Yes, I do, and it wants me to chain my profile, which I've just done. I don't have any more profiles, so I'll come up here at the top and say End Profiles. Now it wants me to describe my stock, and I say I want to chain that. And I'm going to, you notice I did this clockwise, and I'm going to do this one counterclockwise. It's just the way I do it. Come into Event. Let's get our depth. Now for depth for pass, I'm just going to put a 1 in there, just so it takes it all in one pass. We don't need a finish cut for this demonstration. I'm going to put 100 for my Z feed because the Z is never going to plunge into the material. 80 for removing, and I'll use tool number 1. If I come over into program mode, you see the broken line, which represents the stock boundary. Come into my tool table. I'm going to use a finish end mill. I'll use a 3/8. Okay. And we'll do a verify. -3.6, whoops. And -2. And I'll make this -0.5. Actually, I better make that, I'll make it 3/4. And 3.6, and 2, and 0. Now watch this tool path. This is just absolutely phenomenal. It's coming from the outside in. I have it going both ways. We could have done it one way just as easily. But the tool path is super efficient, is as efficient as what a tool path as anybody else makes. And I've run some tests on this, so I can say that with 100% confidence. Now, let's look at a more realistic part. This one here does not have a boundary. This is what you're probably going to be getting. It's just a 3D part out in space. So what we can do with that, pretty much the same thing. And I'm just going to do an inquire here. And I'm going to see that's at -3. And why? So it's about a 1.5. So it's about a 3-inch part this way. And if I check this out, that center's at 239 plus 6, so that'll be 3 inches this way, and I think it was 3 inches this way too. Yep. So I got about a 6 by 3 part. It's important to know that. So let's do a clear off and chain our profile, and we can end the profiles. And from here now, we want to, let's just say no, and jump into program mode. I'm going to go to Event 99, which just gets me quickly to the end of the program. Select More, Clear Off, and then End Profiles. And now it asks you to define your stock. Well, I want a rectangular stock. I want this to be -3.6 and Y of 2.6, and I'll make this 3.6 and minus 2.6. And my ZN was a ½ inch. No Conrad, depth per pass. We don't need a finish cut again. Again, it's just for demonstration. Okay, and I might be a little bit big now. I intentionally made this bigger so you can see what a waste of material I have on here. And we can come back and change that. Yep, and we'll make this one here -2. So I could adjust that however I want the box to look for my block size. And now when we come in, my tool set, I don't. We'll use a 3/8. And we're going to make this 3.6 by 2 and 0. And make me the part. Obviously, we'd have some stock down below to be hanging onto the part, but you get the idea. So that's when you get a model that has no boundary. That's how you create the boundary. Hopefully this has been helpful for you.